It is indeed great to be here at Good Start Early Learning Centre here in Canning Vale, and I want to thank the educators for welcoming us here today, and I want to thank the children as well for their very warm welcome and their generous happy birthday wishes for my birthday I've held this week. Look, this is an important economic reform. What we know is that every single dollar invested into early learning will produce at least $2 of dividend. What we know is that 90% of human brain development occurs in the first 5 years. And that's why this isn't child mining, this is early learning. This will play a role in the success of this young generation that we see and hear behind me this morning. But it's also about economic reform. It's about productivity boosting. It's about women's participation in the workforce. Quite frankly, it's not good enough that for so many working women, if they work a fourth or a fifth day in a working week, they actually don't get paid for it in real terms. All that goes into childcare costs. And what we need to do, if we're going to truly boost our economy and come out of this recession stronger, is we need to boost women's workforce participation, we need to boost productivity, we need to assist businesses, while at the same time providing early learning for our youngest Australians. So I have a very simple message for the working families here in Western Australia, which is Labor is on your side. Labor's on your side when it comes to reducing the costs of childcare. And what we will do is to remove the cap on the subsidy. Secondly, we'll lift that subsidy up to 90% and it'll taper off up to a much higher rate. And in our first term, we'll have a review looking at moving towards universal provision of affordable childcare across the board after that proper economic analysis is made. We regard this as a fundamental economic reform. The fact is that the system isn't working for working families at the moment. The fact that costs will increase this year by at least 4 or 5 times the rise in wages reinforces that Australia now starts off with one of the least affordable early learning systems in the world, and it's getting worse, not better. And it's getting worse, not better, under a system that was designed by Scott Morrison. Women were forgotten in the budget of 2020 by this government. They can't afford to be left behind, because leaving them behind leaves the entire country behind. And that's why this is a critical reform. Can I say also that it's particularly good to be in Western Australia on the 5th of March. This, of course, I remember well, the election of the Hawke government on the 5th of March 1983. And Bob Hawke, of course, is regarded, a few states have claims on Bob Hawke, but of course he's regarded as a proud West Australian and was really connected with this great state. And I want to make Labor stronger in this state as well. I want a far bigger contingent to our national parliament from the West. And this is my first visit here this year due to the restrictions that were there. But I look forward to coming back again and again and again in the lead up to the election whenever it's held. Happy to take questions. Well, redistributions happen and there will be a seat lost in WA. But we have a quality team here in Western Australia.